I soon got back on my feet and limped to the side of the road. Smith groaned, then rolled over and lay perfectly still. I stood and waited. It was not a well-traveled road, so it was almost midnight when some travelers came by.
Look, in the road. Isn't that someone lying there?
You're right.
It's Reuben Smith. Let me take a look at him. Why, he's dead. Feel how cold his hands are.
The two men raised him up, but there was no life. Then they came over to me and noticed how my knees were cut from the fall.
It looks like this horse fell and threw him. Ah, it's Black Beauty. Who'd have thought he'd fall?
Odd. Looks like the horse had been standing here for hours. Come on now, Beauty, come along.
I made a step forward, but I almost fell.
His hoof is all cut to pieces, poor fellow. Ned, you know what I think? I'm afraid that Reuben was in a bad way. He knows better than to ride a horse on this road without a shoe.
Well, let's take them home.
It took a long time, but my hoof and my knees finally did heal. But my knees were scarred for the rest of my life. And just about the same time, an event happened to Ginger, which put her in almost the same condition as I. The Earl's son loved to ride in the steeplechase races. He was a hard rider, but he was careless. The groom told him that Ginger was not up to that kind of race, but the Earl's son wouldn't hear of it. The day of the race came, and he urged Ginger to keep up with the front riders. With her high spirits and her pride, Ginger came in among the first three horses, but her lungs were injured, and with the Earl's son too heavy for her, her back was injured. She was led back into the stable, where we saw each other.
Well, here we are, two ruined horses, and both of us in the prime of our youth and strength.
It appeared that the Earl agreed, because one day he came into the stable and examined us both.
300 pounds paid for these two horses, and now they are ruined. The black one must be sold. I won't have knees like that in my stable. What say, groom?
No, my lord, you're right. But perhaps he might go where appearance is of not so much consequence. Now, I know a man in Sussex. He's the master of some livery stables who's often looking for a good horse at a low figure. I would sell the black horse there, my lord.
Then see to it. But mind you, this horse belonged to my old friend Squire Gordon. I care less about the money than I care that the horse is well treated.
And so I was bought by the master of a livery stable and had to leave the Earl's estate and Ginger. Here began a brand new life for me, and new adventures, too.